Hey, it's Jody. I have a new process video for Confessions of a Paper Addict. Today I am using the adorable Even Superheroes Need Naps cut file. This was actually free to the Facebook group, so make sure you come join the Facebook group because I'm sure there will be more available. So I first cut it out of black cardstock, excuse me, and then I thought it would be super fun to make an offset and use it on that Spider-Man paper. So I pulled out my trusty watercolors, kind of made a dirty yellow to try and match the 12 by 12 pattern paper I have. And I'm just painting away. I did nothing special to the paper. It's just smooth white cardstock and a little bit of brown and a little bit of yellow. Those are the Prima watercolors in Classic. And I'm just having a bit of fun trying to get color on the whole cut file. Excuse my reach, my light was being weird, so I had to lower it. I also cut out a few shapes, comic book superhero shapes. It's just one I had in my stash, but I know the Etsy shop has a superhero cut file that I'm sure you could use. Excuse me. So I let that dry. I'm going to let that dry. There's my picture of my little guy sleeping on the couch. And I'm going to trim it down so it can fit just perfect in that bottom right corner in that little open notch. And I pulled out a navy cardstock scrap, and then I pull out a red scrap. And I know we've had lots of discussions about organization in the Facebook group. And I only separate my cardstock with pattern paper is in one pile and solid cardstock is in another pile. So I wanted the underneath layer of my picture to be kind of rough and messy. You could tell the 12 by 12 pattern paper is has that kind of grungy feel. So I didn't want anything to look like it was shiny and sparkly. So I actually go in and use the Black Soot Distress Oxide to kind of dull down that pretty red and blue. This way it just kind of flows into the 12 by 12 pattern paper a little better. I am nowhere near a expert on blending or inking. I just do what I think looks good. And here with the black over it, I thought was nice, but again, it still had that shiny, brand new feel. So I bring back the ink pad and brush again and really give it a good smudge all around the cut file. I just think it kind of helps it to blend into that paper. give it that grungy comic book feel. And I believe I got those Spider-Man pages from Joann's. They were having a clearance a long time ago. So they've been in my stash a while. I grabbed 2 of those pages, actually. Now, I don't know if you guys seen this handy little magnet mat, but it's from Ranger. And I thought it was so cool to be able to hold down whatever it is you're working on. And, you know, and then you could just clean it up. Of course, I don't use it now. Those are a little small, but I think it came in handy. I got mine at Scrappin In The City in Knoxville, Tennessee. If you're interested, but I think it's a great idea. I loved how it worked. So I bring back the black, and I think it looks so much better, all grunged up. And now I'm going to carefully place the outline right on top of the big offset. Now I keep this in. I know I could cut it out, but I keep this in to show you how how it's not easy, that I struggle doing this, and I do it often. But it's just part of the process. It's part of playing with paper, and I keep it in so you could tell how you know, that it takes a little time and patience, but I think it's well worth it. The cut file, it is adorable. It really is. It's just so super sweet. I love the font. I just love what it says. Of course, you know, if you've ever seen anything in mine, you know I love a good extra large cut file. So this was just perfect. This was screaming at me to use, and I'm so glad that I did. There wasn't much more to do once I got this big giant title ready to go, and that is one of the reasons why I love enlarging my cut file so big, because it gives you, you know, it gives you an immediate coverage of your whole paper. You don't need too much more. So there it looks. There you go. I found my inside of my D. I glued it down. I'm gonna plop my picture down. I got 2 pieces of foam to really give it some dimension. I actually just left to go get a pen. I'm going to put a little outline around these comic book shapes. Just so, again, it could sort of match the rest of the comic look that the paper has. And I wasn't sure what other embellishments to use, so I always go for my little puffy sticker bin. And that's filled with Ali Studio things and just enamel dots and puffy stickers and just lots of those little things that I like to add around to try to make the layout complete. So I find a few things that I scatter around, kind of pulls it all together and gives it a finished look. I really wanted to use those matte enamel dots, but that red was a little too bright. So I grabbed some of the LA Studios stars, a few red ones, a few black ones, and that is it. I call it finished. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy shop and come join the fun in our Facebook group, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.